You're watching Drake Wing Gaming. Enjoy the video.
Hey guys and gals, Never here from Drake Wing Gaming, and some of you on Twitter, the Gaming Drag. Today I'm coming back at you for Let's Play episode of Devil's Gambit. That's right, y'all, we are jumping right back into Devil's Gambit, y'all. Anyway, alarm chain, you are up, and let's go. We're running the full updated version 0.10. That's right, y'all. 0.10. As if it's anywhere close to being full release, but I actually don't know if it is or not. I really enjoyed this game. Want to take a little break from it for a while. We could get updated so we could have more content. Campo Largo is on the back burner now because it only had like a minute of gameplay left. So I'm gonna wait until that gets updated with some actual, more content before I jump back into it. So anyway, alright, there we go. Nice to meet you, sir. Well, what should I call you? Eirnin's fine. So, you're Hector, the boy from 9 years ago. Shorten, I'd imagined. He squints, searching for something. Much more gelatinous, too. The walk here tire you out? Do you need water? Ouch. Thank you, but no. You look sorta like Bear. He's just got a little less belly than you, but a lot more stamina. Did you hear, my child? He's joining the games this year. He's a beast, that boy. I heard, yes. I hear he's hoping to get himself a sweetheart. This is getting awkward. Didn't you come here to ask him about the valley, Hector? Oh, but is it a good idea to bring it up next to Cadgan? Why wouldn't it be? Don't overthink it, just... So, what you doing now? You're a doctor, right? Yes, indeed. Another moth drawn by the Duke's gold, then. Typical. Eirnin shakes his head. I have a feeling you don't like me. He can be difficult. Forgive him. Cadgan gives the priest a meaningful look. And sir, you play nice too, alright? Cadgan lays a hand on the priest's forearm and looks him in the eye. Eirnin ever so slightly softens as he peers into Cadgan's gaze. He stares at something. There's still stubbornness in him, but he relents. Is that what you wish, my son? But I ought to ask, what brings you here, Badger? Did Cadgan want to introduce us? No, I wanted to ask you about the town's history, actually. It just happened that Cadgan was meaning to come here today as well. All the tall tales about demons and whatnot caught your attention, haven't they? Just go ask the other locals. I doubt they've run out of stories to tell you. I want the actual history, not the hearsay. Badger, Henry and I, there is no distinction between history and this so-called hearsay. We worshipped demons and through fearsome rites summoned them to our world. They once walked among us, and to them we paid great tribute. They were most honored among our kind. We don't keep our past a secret. We are what we are, and always were. But there are stories not even the townsfolk remember. They speak more of fairy tales than of the history of Renai. The priest scoffs. Oh, that's cool. Nice, little menu there. You're asking a lot. You won't tell a soul, right, Hector? Right. Eirnin taps at the table with 4 fingers, making a face as though he's chewing something hard. He's not convinced. Cadgan lowers his ears. I don't quite know how to read his expression, but it's almost as if he's holding back a whimper. I feel lost as well. There's a history between them that I'm not aware of. I reckon that's what's going through Cadgan's mind right now. Sir, Dad, I trust him. We can trust him. Eirnin's ear, just one, perks when Cadgan calls him Dad. His fingers relax, and after a dramatic delay, a smile forms in the corner of his mouth. You've always said he's more obedient than a pup, my son. Hope your leash is still as tight as ever. I whisper at Cadgan. What else did you tell him? That we used to read together and you're a resourceful guy, and... He looks away, closes his eyes for a second, brow furrowed as though digging for a memory. I told him I punched you, but that you only made you want to hang out more. That you had a good sense of smell. That you made a nice pillow. You painted him an interesting picture, I see. Eirnin grunts as he gets up and then raises his arms up high, every vertebrae of his spine snapping into place. Yes, I've been hearing all about you and your nose for 9 years. Enough about that. What do you have there, my child? Meat? Did you hunt it? My hunting skills are rusty, so I got it from the market. That's so. I ought to take you into the forest one of these days, then. Can I, my former apprentice, forget how to live off the earth? He walks to the wall with the spear and pulls an old, unstrung bow. Badger, see this? This bow. The wood comes from the tree of the Eye Valley, which I felled with an axe of my making. I carved it into this shape, as taught by my father. The string I wove with the same tree's fibers, adding strands of my fur for good luck and safety. This is my son's training bow. With it I taught Cadgan to hunt, and when he outgrew it, I made him another. Cadgan shrinks. I swear I've never seen him so small, not even as a child. It's a great bow. Thank you, Dad. It's a bow of the valley. It will never fail a skilled hunter such as yourself. That limber wood and its string carry the strength of demons. We must hunt again, my child. It will do you much good. Anyway, I'll go pick up some text for you, Badger. Little Snowball, help yourself to the berries and spices. They're in the usual place. Thank you. Want to help in setting up the pot and the fire, Hector? I should start cooking before it gets dark. Sure. I like to think I'm mostly humble, whether it's applying an ointment, stitching up wounds, fixing up bones, or brewing complex elixirs. Each work well done, each life saved, is followed by a sense of accomplishment. And that is all I need. If it wasn't because gold is as vital as one's blood, it'd be all I'd take too. I never seek gratitude or appreciation. It's nice when I get them, but that's all. Alright, the tea is done. The tea is done! Still, if there's an aspect of herbalism I believe is often overlooked, it'd be how much precision it takes. For instance, the venom I treated yesterday. Even if you have the correct ingredients in the proper amounts, it means little if you fumble the brewing process. How hot does the flame have to be? For how long do you let it brew? Some elixirs are ineffective once they go cold and vice versa. When using many ingredients, mixing them the incorrect temperature can lead to undesirable reactions. And not to mention that further adjustments might be needed depending on the patient's species. I believe I once told Cadgan that brewing elixirs is like cooking, but more complex. Seeing him sit by the pot, getting ready to cook, has me questioning that statement. Cadgan, are those measuring cups? That's right. Do you like them? He holds them out to me as though they were a piece of manual art he's proud of. Eirnin made them for me a few years back when he taught me how to cook. I use this one to measure the spices and this one for liquids. I get a feeling of how much meat I'm preparing to make just the right amount of sauce. Ah, and what's that? He puts the cups down to show me that other thing. A sand clock. Nifty, huh? We wouldn't want the meat to get charred. Maybe I should have pushed harder for him to get into herbalism when he was young. Hell, maybe he'd start making elixirs on his own if you locked him up in a room with a brewer and a recipe book. Looking at it the other way around, I wonder if I'd enjoy cooking if I actually put some effort into it. The most I do is cook the meat as it is or boil mushrooms, but there's no time to ponder the thought, not with Eirnin calling me. I go around the shrine until I see him standing in the shack's door. Help me move these books, will ya? This should be enough to get you started. I'll be with Cadgan. Only call me if you have an actual question. Here I thought you were going to tell me about the valley. I could, but it's better if you see it for yourself if you're so interested. Now, me and my boy have some catching up to do. Actually, before you go, I know you took Cadgan in after he returned to Renai, but do you happen to be relatives? You two seem very close, in a more personal way than a teacher and his former student. We don't share blood, no. But I was the midwife when he was born. My first stain with his mother's blood. From her first scream, I was there. I raise my eyebrows slightly. Male midwives aren't anything unheard of, but they are still quite rare, but also quite Renaian. I didn't know. Thank you for looking after him all this time. I had been worried about him returning to Renai all alone, but it turns out he had some family left after all. The old wolf scoffs before leaving. The leather covers are plain, identical. There are some signs of wear, but they don't look that old. The slightest hint of Shimmerwell fragrance clings to them. Curious, those flowers don't grow in Renai. Eirnin must have brought them from somewhere else to kill any bugs that get into the shack. No point meandering further. I pick a random book from the collection and open it. Unknown scout, unknown kingdom, 600 years ago estimated. After the village faded behind us, we kept walking until we saw it, just beyond the forest, a chasm hiding among the mountains, more like a basin than a valley. From where we stood at the edge of the forest, we saw towering structures rising above the already towering trees. The local savages call this place the Eye Valley. cursed land, fabled to house demons. In His Majesty's name, we shall exterminate them. But first, we must find footing in this strange land. We will secure a source of food and water post-haste. We've settled near a stream flowing down from the mountains. Walking downstream might be the easiest path at the valley's depths. The primary concern thus far is that this might leave us in a predictable position for the demons. Let them come, I say. Whatever underhanded tactics and evil magic they have in store, my steel will cut it down. This morning we found a most peculiar sight. A horned creature with horns like I had never seen before, eating those purple vines we found here and there. It stared back at us with its many eyes. Naturally, we thought it a demon in disguise, or at least some sort of familiar, so we cornered and killed it. However, it defended itself using only its legs and horns, and it bled out like any other beast. What corrupted this creature into such an unnatural shape? How could it truly have been alive? Ever since our encounter with that twisted beast, the group has grown restless. There are concerns regarding its condition and how it came to be. My outlook is that it must have been the work of the demons, a hex of sorts. Others are concerned that it might have to do with the earth itself. After all, those purple vines and all the fruit we eat grows in the same soil. Are we at risk of being similarly twisted? Perhaps this belief is the demon's trap. We must hold a strategy meeting tonight to figure out the next step, and to appease those losing their nerve. Evil is doubtlessly encroaching us. We failed. Half the group is gone. They came in the night. Demons with red eyes, many eyes, and hooves. They wielded strange magic and distorted the surroundings to their liking. We turned against each other. We were overwhelmed. Crushed. I don't know where things went wrong. Was it when we first found the beast, or was it something further back I'm not aware of? I just don't understand. Part of me tells me we never had a chance. Yes, I might think that after witnessing that overwhelming power, but I can't let it end like this. As soon as I can, I'll return to His Majesty and beg for another chance. This cursed land won't crush my spirit. Alrighty, y'all. I think I'm going to go ahead and pause it right there. I think we're just about out of time. Yes, we are. There we go. Alright. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and check out our Patreon if you can. It always helps. And check out our YouTube memberships. Those are new, and those are up now. Anyway, I love you all, and I shall see y'all in the next video. Bye-bye!